Now, we've come to our penultimate award for this evening, a particularly poignant one as we gather online today for this celebration rather than have our customary night out in London together. It's the Rathbones Covid-19 Response Award. And to present the award, please welcome editor of Governance and Leadership magazine, Tanya Mason.
Here is our friend Tanya Mason.
Thanks, Aish. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Tanya Mason, editor of Governance and Leadership magazine, which in its most recent issue examines how the charity sector has been impacted by the pandemic. I'm quite sure that nobody that's watching needs me to tell them how difficult and exhausting the past year has been for charities. And unfortunately, the general consensus from those I spoke to for the magazine article seems to be that it will remain tough for a good while yet. However, that somewhat downbeat assessment rather overlooks the remarkable way that charities have responded to the crisis. I had the great privilege of judging this new category, the Rathbones Covid-19 Response Award, and I have to say, our judging panel was blown away by the sector's heroic response to the pandemic. As Winston Churchill famously said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." And I can tell you there is no shortage of charities out there that really took that advice to heart. The applications that we received, all 307 of them, were a breathtaking showcase of resilience, innovation and cooperation, with a heavy dose of digital transformation in the mix, all of which the sector will be able to take forward and build on into the future. In the end, we marshalled the entries into 3 groups and chose a winner from each group. First, we looked at how charities responded overseas, because the fact remains that none of us is safe from the virus until all of us are safe. Second, we examined charities that supported other charities, because it really seems that the crisis has ushered in a whole new era of collaboration and mutual support within the sector, which was really heartening to see. And finally, we chose a winner from those charities on the front line of service delivery and explored how they reimagined their services if they couldn't provide them in the usual way. This was possibly the hardest one to decide, as there were just so many brilliant stories of vision, creativity and resourcefulness. We are sorry that we don't have the capacity this year to recognise more of your entries, but we do pledge to tell many of your stories online through our publications and at our events over the coming months. And we've also decided to give a shout out today to some of those that really could have won but were just edged out. So, among the charities that responded to the pandemic internationally, there were several that impressed us. To name just a few, we were particularly taken with Womankind Worldwide, iRise International, Sight Savers and All We Can. But the International Rathbones Covid-19 Response Award goes to the Just a Drop appeal for their pragmatic and collaborative work to encourage hand washing and disseminate hygiene messages to curb the spread of the virus in communities across Africa, Asia and Latin America. Well done, Just a Drop. What does it mean to you to win?
This is brilliant, thank you. The award is for the entire Just a Drop team. That's our wonderful project team down in Dorset and our fantastic project officers who all volunteered their time and considerable expertise, and our Richmond team. And over the last year, the many people who stepped up and volunteered for Just a Drop, and it helped us enormously. Our trustees, and of course Fiona, our founder. But most importantly, we're thrilled to have been able to serve our communities across the world. So they've got greater access to safe water, better hygiene and improved sanitation. And through that, they're better able to mitigate the pandemic. So thank you so much for the award. It means a lot to us. Thanks.
Congratulations to Just a Drop. Next up is the group of charities that supported other charities. Here, we wanted to give special mention to 360 Giving, Homeless Link, Safe Lives, and the Fraud Advisory Panel. But the winner for coordinating an unprecedented funder collaboration, which saw 67 funders open a London Community Response Fund totalling £50 million just 4 days into the first lockdown, is London Funders. London Funders, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. We are so thrilled to get this award, not just for us, but for the 67 funders who work with us over the year, to get all that money out to over 3,600 amazing organisations. We love our city and the diversity of our communities, and it's fantastic that over 75% of those grants went to groups led by and for minoritised communities. So this award will really be the spur for us to continue that collaborative and equitable approach to funding so that we can build a fairer, greener and stronger city for the future. So thank you Civil Society Media and thank you Rathbones for the awards, and congratulations to everyone recognised tonight. It's amazing to be in your company.
Congratulations to London funders. And now last but certainly not least, we give kudos to a number of charities working on the front line of service provision, who did their very best to tackle the inequalities and injustices that were exposed and exacerbated by the crisis. Our shout out here goes to Hestia, RVS, the Westminster Drug Project, Belong Making Justice Happen, Oxford Hospitals Charity, Turn to Us, the British Nuclear Test Veterans Association and Gatwick Detainees Welfare Group. But the award for the way they set up a food bank as a Trojan horse to mental health support in Leeds' most deprived and marginalised communities, launched their first ever fundraising campaign and repurposed their care home staff as food bank staff when the care homes closed their doors, goes to Touchstone Leeds. Touchstone, please tell us what this means to you.
Wow, thank you so much, judges and the sponsors Rathbones for this wonderful award for Touchstone staff and their amazing response to Covid-19. Touchstone loves food. Touchstone is born of the communities we serve, and when they suffer, we felt their pain. In March 2020, our response to the needs of our local community's distress was to feed them and offer them the mental health support they needed to nourish their souls too. This is an honour for us to be able to do that. But we're also so grateful for this acknowledgement of the passion and courage our staff and volunteers showed at this most difficult of times. I also want to congratulate all the other fantastic charities being showcased tonight. We don't say it often enough, but we're brilliant, and tonight we done good. Thank you.
Well, Touchstone. Here's a short film showing some of the amazing work our Rathbones COVID-19 Response Award winners are doing. Many congratulations to all three of our winners in this special category. That's all from me now. Back to you, Aisha.
Thank you, Tanya. And everyone's been very moved. More tweets coming in. Petra has messaged in saying, fantastic afternoon at the 2021 Charity Awards. Makes me so proud to be part of this amazing sector. Congratulations to all the inspiring winners. And thank you. Well said, Petra. And now,